Hey everyone, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. We're going to continue along on this piece for the design team, guest design team piece for Nathalie for LineDotArrow. I tell you, I'm doing the bling thing. I got some bling on this one here. I don't know, I think it goes with it. So I'm feeling the bling here today with this. This is like the second thing I've used it in, more or less. Maybe I'm easing into it bit by bit, living wild. Anyhow, what I did was I'm going to work on filling the pockets. I did iron this with my little travel iron. Like I said, you just stick a little piece of cardboard underneath it, put it on light or minimum heat, and then just touch it, and the wrinkles will come right out if you have the same issues that I have. Anyway, so this is what I decided I'm going to do here. I cut the pieces for these pockets, and like I said before, I just print everything for the most part just on copy paper, and then I glue this to card, or if I don't want it too thick, too thick, and since there's going to be a lot of stuff in here, I don't. But there's not going to be, it won't be too bad. Sometimes I just back it on, I glue it to another piece of copy paper, like tea dyed copy paper or coffee dyed copy paper, and I just do that. But I think I'm going to put it on some card. I think this particular kind of thing needs it. So what I did here was I put these, I cut the strip. This was a strip I had left because I wanted to make the successive, I better make sure we're in frame here. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, more or less. Okay, that's good enough, I think. Let me just straighten it a little bit. I'm not sure I'm straightening it. But anyway, okay. We'll work with that. So what I did was I cut them to fit the strip that I had left, and I just marked the first one. I tried to make it so that they would all, I had to go with this piece because this was the shortest piece I had, and I put it in this pocket. When I put it in this way, it didn't quite work for me, so I actually had to put it in this way. So it's going to be a little narrower than the pocket, but I think it'll be okay. And how much that stuck out is how much I made everything else stick out of the pocket. Then on this one, I marked where I want. I'm just going to cut little tag corners. And I want it so that it will actually come to the edge of the pocket here. And it'll come out on that angle from there. Hopefully I've got it right. So I just cut where I wanted it. I'm going to now just cut down. And then I'm going to try to do this the right way. This always confuses me. Oh, did I just drop it? No. This always confuses me though, because I can't remember which way it goes. All right, let's see. If it goes this way, then you flip it this way. This is what I think I see everybody doing. And I have very chubby fingers, and they don't quite work the way they used to. So in any case, try to get that lined up, and then cut along here, and that should match it. Okay, put those over there. Let's see how this turned out, see if this is what I wanted, and then I'm going to grab some card, and we'll just glue this onto the card, and if I can get this to open, and add a little something, probably ribbon, to the top. There you go. Okay, that is not bad. I would say that's okay. So I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to, you see that a little bit better. It just kind of comes down, so there's nothing extra like this sticking out of the card. It just kind of goes, the slants just go right to the envelope. So all three of them hopefully will look that way. So let's try to get that done. All right, this one here. You know what? I'm going to actually turn it. I'm going to turn it around so I can see it better. Okay, so we're just going to do a few tags in this episode, and not a whole bunch more there. So we'll take that. I did trim a little too much, but that's all right. I think I will be fine. Okay, that's that one. And then we're going to take this one, and this one has to go this way. So it's going to be just a smidge narrower. Do it like this so I can see what I'm doing. But you can see, if I do it this way, you can see that it's going to be just a little bit narrower than this one, but I think we'll be okay. You kind of got to use what you got, you know? All right, let's push that down, and I think I'm trying to just kind of get it even. Yeah, okay, I think that's good. All right, so then we'll just cut along here, go to this side and cut along here. All right, and then we have our little tags. Right, I am going to go behind me and grab some cardstock out of my, ooh, better close that or I'll trip over it. I'm going to grab some cardstock over here and get a few to start with. Okay, nice cream color. Okay, just take one, I'll put these up here for now. And I'm just going to glue these down, and I think I'm going to take a couple, I had them somewhere. Oh, I still have them in here. Okay. So I'm just going to take these and I'm going to glue these down. And then we'll put holes in them. I'm not sure that I'm going to put eyelets because, again, that just sort of adds to the bulk. So I think I may just leave the eyelets out and just make the hole and put the ribbon through the hole and just leave it at that and not do the eyelets. So anyway, it is probably, oh, I don't know, maybe about 3:30 here on a Saturday afternoon. I am so pleased to say that spring is starting to come, and I know that might be a little early for Buffalo because this is my first winter and my first spring here. We just came later in the summer last year when we moved here in beginning of August, and it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Where I come from in New Jersey, you know, New Jersey, New York, we call it the dog days of summer is August. And that was not the case here at all. Not at all. It was lovely sitting out on the little, we have like this kind of little porch patio little thing at the front of our house and a little patio out at the back. And it was just truly lovely to sit out there in what I would have considered one of the hottest times of the year. Was not the case here. And like I said, I don't know if that's normal for Buffalo, but it sure was nice. In any case, I have been observing that the trees are getting that reddish haze to them because all the buds are starting to swell. And especially from a distance, if you see that kind of reddish haze where it sort of used to be a brownish gray, and now it's got this kind of deep red sort of tint to the trees, especially near the tops of the trees for whatever reason. That maybe because they're closer to the sun, I don't know, but they tend to swell first. And yeah, so we were driving last week or 10 days ago, whatever it was, when we were going down for my husband's first surgery, and I'm watching along the highway. I can see, because we drive through, you know, this is upstate New York, so it's like all farmland, and mostly anyway, or nobody's land. It's just, you know, land, and just stunning to watch the colors beginning to swell in the trees. And this is, it just, it makes me want to cry. I am such a spring person. I'm loving seeing this, so it can never come too soon for me as far as I'm concerned. I know that we may still have snow here in Buffalo. That's a very good possibility, but I also know that it won't last long. that if we have kind of a storm, or kind of a, well, I don't want to say freak storm, but because it can happen. If we have one, it won't last long. The next days will undoubtedly heat up, warm up, and melt the snow. With all the snow that we've had so far, and I think in our deepest spots for the 2 storms we had most recently up here, and I think they might have had a little bit of one while my husband and I were away, and it's mostly gone except for where people have snow plowed or shoveled, into piles or whatever. For the most part, it's gone. So real happy about that. So I'm just going to do this with my scissors. I think I'm going to try to be careful. We'll do this. And I most often tend to keep the backs of my tags plain, but there are times when I will actually put digitals on the back. I have some really beautiful ones that I like to use. They're from Vintage by Me. I'm just dropping all these names for you, but really love the patterns and the way she does some of the papers. She has an eclectic sort of, she's got a lot of stuff, and she's got an eclectic sort of taste, my opinion, in that lately she's been doing, particularly last fall, she started doing things very grungy and with really like coffee stained kind of prints and things like that, which are really nice. I like them for the fall. They're not what I would use for spring, but I like them for the fall. But some of her older stuff is the stuff that I have, and that it's just so vintage and romantic looking and just so pretty. So I have used them mostly. Some of those papers I have used for the backs of tags, so that just makes it really almost so pretty that you don't want to write on the backs of them. But if you have really nice handwriting, it's a compliment. It's so funny. So many people say, when they buy their journals or make their journals, they'll say they're too pretty to write in, and I can understand that. I really can. And but the whole purpose of a journal is to write in it, isn't it? And my opinion is this. My opinion is, we who make these journals do this part. We do the decorative part of making the journals. We make something pretty, and we bring something pretty into the world to make the world a prettier place. However, the most important part of the journal is what people put down in it, because that's what makes it complete. So with every journal we make, we're doing half of the artistic part of it. Whoever receives the journal and writes in it is the one who does the other creative half of the journal and makes it complete. So it's like a joint effort, and oftentimes, most times, probably between people that don't even really know each other. For those who have Etsy shops, and they're selling their journals online, and people are buying them, and you may get an email and exchange some words, but you don't know these people personally most of the time, and they're going to write a chapter of their lives in these books, and that's what gives them the magic. We give them physical beauty, but they give them the rest of the beauty, as it were. And just loving that. So I think what I'm going to do on these, first let me ink. I'm going to ink, not a lot, maybe, I don't know, you never know what might happen. But let me pull them down so you have something to look at while I'm over here inking. I think I'm going to get some of my butterflies and some of my flower cutouts that I have in another box. Not the ones that I've been using lately, but something a little different. Somebody asked me today were the ones that I used on the French Rabbit journal, where they came from, and I put that in the comment on the last, I believe it was the last French Rabbit video that I did, and they came from Blossom Paper Art. And the ones that I'm using today, I believe also may have come from Blossom Paper Art or from Adamo Prints. I'm probably not going to write this down in the comments, so hopefully, you know, if you're watching the video and you're interested in where that came, you know, where they came from, that's what it is. And Adamo Prints is A-D-A-M-O, Adamo Prints, like Adam O Prints. I call them Adamo Prints. Maybe it is Adamo. I don't know. But so I really, really like them. They're very vintagey looking, and they go with a lot of what I do, my particular tastes and style. So that is where they came from. If anybody is interested in, they're just fussy cut kits. They don't, you know, they don't go with a journal or anything. They're just the kit themselves. Just some flowers to fussy cut. So I'm going to dig that out in 1 minute. Let me go find that, which I think is over here. Well, that's my butterflies. That's something. Don't recall putting them away. All right, let me see something here. That's the flowers, because there's a lot more of those in the boxes. Yeah, you know, I think I'm going to do these. I think I'm going to use these butterflies. These are more natural colors, not the pastels. So let me put that back in there. Put this box away. And let me find the other flowers that I wanted to use. These can be useful. All right, and these, no, not these. These, that's some of them. I thought I had more. Okay, one of these days I'm going to get around to spray painting these tops, and I said before, you know, maybe. Oh my gosh, I've got 3 boxes of flowers I can possibly use. Okay, let's see. Let's put this back. Okay. There's some in here I think I may use. I'm going to kind of put these things above me. So I do apologize, because I will be reaching across. Okay, let's see what we want to do here with these little guys. Is there something in here? Because I was looking at, this is if I knew what I do with my tweezers. See, I like that. Okay, what else do I have? This one, maybe. Ooh, that one's pretty. Let me think of that. Or do we want this one on? Ooh, I think I like this better. I don't like that one there, though. Let's see. Let me see. I'm looking for something else that would be pink. Daffodils are cute, but we don't want daffodils. And if I'm doing this, I want to try to, what's this one? No, don't like that one. I mean, I like it, but not for what I'm looking for. What's this? Ooh. Nope. I think, you know what, I think that's too pale. Okay, let me see, let me see. Too big. That's that, but that's too small. No, I don't think this one's going to fit on here. It's really too big. Okay, let's see. What do I, whoa, you're gigantic. Okay, No. That's really gigantic. Would have been kind of pretty. I don't know if I have that smaller. Ooh, thistle, but you're also too big. That's too dark. I'm going to try to keep it with the pinks if I can. Too many decisions. Okay, let's, ooh, 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 that's the one. Okay, I like that one. Okay, we'll do that. I'm trying to see if there would have been anything to come in here and change my mind. Actually, I'm going to need bigger things for the ones in the front. So I'll probably save this stuff. Okay, we'll put that over here. All right, I'm going to not ink. I don't think I'm going to ink it. I think I'm going to leave them alone. All right, so I'm going to put these on here, here, and here. Okay, good. Let's get these guys on. I'll move this up because I'm not sure how close I am to the camera here. Oh, he's not happy. He's plugged up. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, and you may hear my laundry in the background. It is on the other side of the basement, but like I said before, I'm just against one of the walls of my basement. I have no room, you know, with walls and a door. I'm just in my basement. So, but you know, it works. It works. Sometimes you know, depending on where we move to, sometimes I have an actual room. Sometimes I have a spot in the basement. It just depends. When I retire, I'm hoping to have a room that I won't have to leave again, and a room that I will finally be able to set up really, you know, nicely with nice cabinets maybe and things that match, because I do like things that match. But we'll just have to see. You know, we'll see what that brings for me. That's a few years down the road. I am actually eligible to retire in about 5.5 years, but I married someone who was 3.5 years younger than me. So, and because of the year when you are born, I would retire at almost 67, where he would retire at just past 66, I think it is. So it's like his 66th birthday, and then he would go, and he's born at the end of the month, so it's just like 2 days later after his birthday. He thinks that's like an awesome birthday present to be able to retire. I think so too. So we're looking forward to settling, you know, after, well, by then it'll be almost 30 years of moving every few years, and it will be nice to have a home that we can call our own and stay in, and, you know, have our family in. And not that my family doesn't, you know, come to my home, they do, but, you know, just having that place that is our place, you know, that kind of a thing. I'm going to put this right down against the bottom so it looks like I meant it. We'll put that on there. So yeah, so we're looking to head south. Since we've been doing the work that we've been doing, we have lived in Kentucky. Then we moved to Brooklyn, New York. From Brooklyn, we went to Connecticut. From Connecticut, we went back to New York, and from to the Bronx. And then I wish I knew what I did with my tweezers. Oh, found them. Awesome. And then we I kind of like it. Then from the Bronx, we moved to Massachusetts. And then from Massachusetts, we went to upstate New York. Then from there, we went even further upstate New York. Then we went from there to New Jersey, and from New Jersey now here to Buffalo, even further upstate New York. I'm trying to see if I can find another butterfly with those sort of tones in them. I'm trying to get gradually bigger. I'm not sure that I like that one. Kind of looks scary, that one. Okay, there we go. I like that. Okay, that'll work. All right, I'm going to put my tweezers back where they belong. And yeah, so what I will do on here is I do like to just get the antenna a little bit. I had read on one of the Facebook groups, I can't remember which one it was, somebody was asking, you know, do you bother with the antenna or do you cut them off? And I found that most people cut them off. I don't usually. It just depends on what's happening. If I have more than one butterfly, you know, if I have two butterflies and one has antenna and one doesn't, I may cut the one that does have antenna off. Just because. I'm going to sort of overlap him a little bit on here. And then sometimes I don't mean to cut them off. Sometimes it's an oops, and I cut them off. Or I cut one off, so now I have to cut the other one off. Sometimes I just really like to see the antenna on it, and sometimes I, you know, can do without it. It just, you know, I don't know. It just sort of depends. All right, if this is going this way, and this is going, I know I'm not doing them, okay, no, I want this one then too. Let's go like this. Even though they're going to be in here, you know, sideways, you're only really going to see this part. So I'm not too concerned that they're not going this way, that they're, you know, that when you pull them out, they're going that way, which would be fine. Okay, so that one's going to go here, I think. I think that would, you know what, I don't know, do I want to cover those daisies? I purposely, you know, cut the paper there. You know what, I think I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay, that lets you see part of them. Uh-oh. I thought I just accidentally removed an antenna, but I didn't. It just folded down. So anyhow, that is, you know, I don't know. What do you think? Do you keep your antenna on? Do you cut them off? I mean, it doesn't bother me to cut them out. Some people are like, it's too fussy, too fussy to cut them out, but that really doesn't bother me. I want to put it down just a smidge more because I am going to put a hole up there. And I don't want to cut his wing. So, you know, I get my little guy here. So I don't want to cut his wing. I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. So I'm curious, you know, to see what you guys would think. Do you even use butterflies? Some people probably don't even use butterflies. So it just depends, I guess. I'm going to put this fella right here. I think I need a smidge more glue on that leaf. Okay, that's good. I think right here. Yep. That may have been where I was holding it, actually. Okay. You know what I should have done? How about this? I'm gonna unroll this. That's a lot of ribbon there. I'm gonna put my card over here because that's my little recipe card. Like I said, I'm gonna just do this, and I'm gonna go turn that iron back on. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna try to do it in a different spot here, I think. Make it easier on me. would say talk amongst yourselves. All right, while that's heating, we'll take a look at something else. And I'm just gonna iron just a little bit of it real quick, just so that I can have some to put in the tabs here. So let's have a look. I'm gonna put these to the side. Let's close this. I think I have my little bling over here, and I think I'm gonna put some bling coming this way. I want this scissor. And when I do this, this is on tape, and it's pretty sticky, but I'm kind of afraid that it may fall off. So I'm gonna just add a little glue underneath it and then stick it on. Just a little reinforcement. Okay. You know, it just gives you like a little pop, doesn't it? It just brings your eye, ooh, look at that, popped right off of me. It brings your eye right to it. Makes it stand out a little bit more. So I'm beginning to like the bling thing, I think. Okay. I think that's going to go that way because of how I have the ribbon. So I think that's good. So the next thing I need to do would be for this, and I think I'm going to, I started fussy cutting this, and then I left it. I left it because I was going to glue it to a card. That's what it was. All right. So let's get these things. Let me check my time here. See where we are. Okay, not too much longer. But I will